And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. And the topic for today is keep working. And what I mean by that is I don't care what you're doing, whether it's you're working on yourself, or you're working a regular job, or you're trying to pursue something, or you're working or you're doing something and you're going in the wrong direction. I don't really care what it is that you're doing. Keep working. And want to know why? Because eventually your hard work will pay off. So don't worry about who's saying this and who's saying that, who's laughing at you, who's making fun of you, who's talking behind your back. Do not focus on those type of people. You want to know why? Because as time progresses and you look at where you are and they look at where they are, and they're gonna look back at you to see where you are, that's when they're gonna fail. You want to know why? Because guess what? While you're working, everybody else is busy doing whatever the case may be. They may look at you and say, oh, we're similar ages, and all you're doing is, you're going to your job, or you're trying to go to school, or you're trying to pursue something, right? Some people may think if they're young, they have enough time in order to do a bunch of nonsense. But in reality, I don't think that that's the way how it works. Because people who waste their life away in their 20s always end up working twice as harder in their 30s, if not 40. And those who say do a lot of work and accomplish a lot of stuff in their 20s can sort of retire by the time they're 30. So let's get back to what I said in the beginning of the video. Don't focus on who's making fun of you, who's saying this and who's saying that. All that doesn't matter. They may laugh at you and think you're doing something that's, say, pointless, or they can't see what you see. You know what I mean? So with that being said, is whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, they're laughing at you because they don't know what you know, because they don't have the information that you have. So with that being said, is they think you're like a blind person moving around in an open area, which means you have no idea where you're going. That's why they're laughing at you. But guess what? You see, when they look back, say as a couple of years go by, when they finally realize that they're absolutely nowhere in life, and then they look at themselves, that's when their whole world starts to crumble. And then when their world starts to crumble, they look back at you. And then guess what? Even if you guys are, say, similar ages, they're going to look to see where you are. And by that time where you were working on yourself, and when they're doing everything else but working on themselves or doing something for themselves, they're going to realize that they are actually nowhere in life. That's just how it is. So a lot of people always tend to not want to do anything just because they're scared of what everybody else may say. Oh, I don't want to get up and go do something with my life because all my friends is going to laugh at me, or all those people over there is going to make fun of me, so I can't do it. Bro, like I always say, if you are interested in it, do it. If you love it, do it. Do not worry about who's saying this or who's saying that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how much friends you have or how much people know you or know of you. All that don't matter. What matters is what you do with your life. So it's either you're gonna live your life less in order to please everybody else, or you're gonna work on yourself, and then those will end up being inspired by you. Because we live in a very funny world. People will make fun of you when, say, you're younger, only because they don't see the vision that you saw, like I said before. And then as time progresses, those same ones who was laughing at you or saying, oh, you're doing this, you're going to your job and you're not getting enough pay, or whatever the case may be, those ones may end up being inspired by you in a couple of years. And that's fact. You know why? Because, say, I would say roughly 20. Two person in their 20s. One getting a job, trying to, working, go to school, or trying to do something with themselves. And another one that's 20. Going out every weekend, don't want to work, live with their parents. At the end of the day, this one that's working a regular job and trying to go to school, by the time they're 25, like when they start out at 20, you can say like equal grounds. So by the time they're 25, that's 5 years. Why did I put my two hand in the middle? So 20 here. Guess what? This one, like I said, partying, going out every weekend, doing everything else but working, but getting some money, but working on themselves, trying to pursue something. That's this one. And then this one is the one that's a working and going to school, trying to become doctor, lawyer, teacher, whatever the case may be, trying to pursue their dreams. That's a better way to say it. Okay. So 20-year-old. By the time they're 25, this one that was working a regular job, probably saving some money, probably buying a car, bought a car, sorry, probably uh bought say a couple stuff, moving forward, investing, so by the time they're 25, remember this one was working, so this one is like halfway there, 25. This one within 5 years is still in the same spot, because this one never got up not once to say, oh, I want to go get a job. This one think it's better to go out every weekend, go all over the place with friends, don't want to do nothing with themselves because they're worried about what everybody else has to say. Okay, so 25. By 5 year time span, this one will probably be, say, because by the time you're 20 and you're working a regular job and you're going to school, but I would say by the time, by 5 years time, you should be in your career job, if not close. And remember, this one's still doing everything else but working on themselves. By the time they're 30, that's 10 years. This one will probably be successful working for themselves. And then this one at 30, this is the time where this one is going to get up and say, oh, I need to get myself in order. They're 10 years behind. And then this one that was making fun of this one, that's saying, oh, you're working, ha ha ha, you're doing this, oh, you're going to school, blah 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 blah, oh, you're getting up, you're working, and then you do schooling and blah blah, you're breaking your back, you're doing everything else and blah 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 blah. This one is going to realize by 30 that they're behind. I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. Those who make fun in the beginning always end up regretting and working twice as hard. And then guess what? By the time they're both 30, remember I started at 20. By the time they're 30, both people that are 30 years old, this one may end up trying to go get a job from this one without even knowing, because this one is a boss, because this one work a regular job, invest, save, blah 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 blah, go to school, do everything else, and try and find a way to pursue whatever it is that they were trying to pursue. You know what I mean? And remember, that's 10 years. This one already wasted 10 years. And I always tell people, all those time you waste, you can't get it back. So back at what I was saying. So this one at 30, notice that they waste a lot of time, because let me tell you, I think a lot of people are different, and a lot of people get serious at different timing. I think it's sort of weird, because I got my first regular job at say 16. So I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons why I would say I am more mature than people around similar age as me. I don't know. I think I was made different. So like I was saying, so this one can kick back, work for him or herself, travel, see the world, all this type of stuff. Probably ready to start a family, have their own house, own car, own business, own everything. Comfortable lifestyle. Then this one, probably almost getting kicked out of their parents' house because they partied their whole life, going all over the place with friends, and all those same friends that they went out with, they can't go live with them because they don't have nowhere to be. All of them have no money. So this one is going to get up at 30 and get serious. Remember, they're both 30. This one is comfortable. This one, miserable. Because let me tell you something, it costs to be comfortable. So this one is going to notice at 30 that say, oh, it's time for me to get serious. It's time for me to go get a job. It's time for, now remember, when this one go get a job, this one is starting at 0. This one that's successful at 30, is already started at 0 from they were both 20 years old. So this one living a comfortable lifestyle, can travel the world, eat at good restaurants, go on vacation, working for nobody, being their own boss. Meanwhile, this one is running back and forth at 30, sending out applications, resumes, all these different type of stuff, trying to be employed. And at 30, it's going to be twice as hard. You know why? Because the older you get, by the time this one is, say, 30, they're going to look at, oh, I need my own place. Oh, I need a bed to sleep on. Oh, I need a TV to watch. This one already saved their money from their 25. They probably bought, say, a little car to get them around. They probably buy a bedroom set. They probably buy a TV to move them around. So by the time they're successful, they don't have to worry about as much. Meanwhile, this one is running back and forth and looking at different things. Oh, I need a bed. Oh, I need this. I need that. I need a lot of stuff. Remember, they're the same age, but now this one is finally realizing that they need way more. And this one is comfortable all over the world. And then this one that was making fun of this one is gonna look back and regret it. And then this one is probably gonna try, not even say trying, this one will eventually try to learn from this one to say, how did that person did this at 30? Not knowing. This person has been doing the same thing for 10 years. You know what I mean? Life, I feel like life is like trying, like I would, like honestly, I think life is about walking in a, say, a dark tunnel. So the more you keep going, then you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's how I view life. If you stay in one spot and you look around, all you will see is darkness. But when you keep moving forward, you'll eventually see the little beam of light, and you keep going, and then you keep going, and you keep going till you're out of the tunnel. So keep working. I don't care where you are, where you're at, or what age you will be, or what age you are, sorry. Because everyone timing is different. You may be the same age as somebody else, but you may notice that you want different things from what somebody the same age as you want. You may sit down and think the age that you are, you want certain stuff, and then somebody that's the same age as you doing something different. You can't control what somebody else is doing. You can only control what you're doing. So my advice to you, keep working on yourself, because eventually, like I said, they're going to look back to see where you are. It always works like that. They make fun of you now, but keep working. Do not worry about who's saying this or who's saying that. If you're working a regular job, work your regular job. Save some money, and do not blast all your money on stuff. You work. I'm not saying you can't go out occasionally. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to be work addict where, oh, you work and you don't enjoy your life. That's not what I'm saying. Because I strongly believe that if you're working a regular job, like you're employed, I think if it's a birthday or New Year's or Valentine's Day or celebrate or some celebration, you go out and you treat yourself. If you want to go take yourself shopping, you take yourself shopping. You work hard enough. I feel like I don't think somebody that is employed shouldn't be taking care of themselves. You work hard, you take care of yourself. I strongly believe that. I'm not saying work and don't do nothing. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, do not lose sight of your true goal. Do not make yourself less in order to make somebody else feel more. Because while you're working and they're laughing because they don't know what you're doing. They don't understand you. They can't figure you out, because to them, they're wondering why they're similar ages and you're working already. Bro, like I said, those who found out late will eventually work twice as harder than you. So like I said, by the time they're 30, this one need everything. By the time they're 35, this one can't say sit down and relax, because they have their own business. They got other people working for them. This one will probably end up working for this one at the same age. See where I'm going? So don't listen to nobody. Keep working. Keep working. Because eventually, when they look back to see where they are, trust me, I've said it already and I'll say it again. Their whole world was shattered. That's like a glass dropping off a table, smash on the floor. Because they're at that moment right there, they're going to notice that they waste a lot of time. And time is something you can't get back. It doesn't really matter how much clock you have in your house. You can't buy time. You can be a multi-millionaire. You cannot buy time. The only thing you can do is use your time wisely. That's it. That is it. Do not stop your progress. Do not slow yourself down. I know sometimes it's hard, because like if you're trying to do something or you're trying to work, it's hard for you to really think if you're making a mistake, because you're doing, like, you're working, like I said, and then you see people making fun of you. And I feel like some people are not, say, strongly motivational driven, so they're not self-motivated. That's what I'm looking for. So they will say to themselves, oh, why I need to do this if somebody else is not doing it, you know what I mean? But honestly, I think the earlier you do stuff and the earlier you accomplish stuff, then it makes your life way easier, because I think life is about figuring out who you are and what you need to do and your purpose in life, and then try to make yourself as comfortable as possible. So the earlier you figure out stuff and the earlier you start stuff, it makes your life way easier the older you get. Like, I feel like the older you get, you need to find a way to make your life easier, because that's how people end up working at say 50, 60 years old, and it's hard for them to retire, all because they wasted all those time. I'm not saying um like, some people, I can understand that some people lose stuff within the progress of them aging. That's completely understandable. But those ones who never did nothing with themselves or did nothing for themselves, then I feel like those people always end up going twice harder in their older age, because they are starting from scratch at an older age, which means, like, if you're living with family or living with friends or living with your parents and you're young, I feel like that's when you need to get serious and save as much as you can and buy as much as you can. And what I mean by as much as you can, I mean accessories for yourself in order for you to move forward in whatever area you choose. So with that being said, is while you're living with your parents, if they're not, say, charging you for rent and you live there for free, that's when you need to have a full-time job, and that's when you need to start saving money in order to invest into yourself. So when that time comes when they're gonna say, oh, it's time for you to go, then you already have savings. Because a lot of people, when they live with friends or family or whatever the case may be, they don't think it's, even if they got a job, they don't think it's necessary for them to save, because, oh, I live with my parents, why you need to save? That's when you need to be saving. Or I don't need a full-time job because I only need, like, say, this much money every month because I live with my, no, complete garbage. I feel like if you live with family and you live with friends, I wouldn't say friends, because if you live with friends, then at some point it's gonna cost for you to live there. But if you live with your parents, as young as you may be, that's when you need to have a full-time job. If you're going to school full-time, then I would say have a part-time job, because you need to invest in yourself. Because trust me, a time is gonna come when your family is gonna say, okay, you're going to school for this much years, or you were working for this much years. What exactly do you have to show? Where's your growth? So it's time for you to go start life on your own, and you have absolutely nothing because you were working and you blast everything. You know what I mean? So don't focus on what somebody's saying or what they're doing. Keep working, because trust me, it's gonna affect them in the end. You may not see it, because you may say to yourself, like I said, like, sometimes you may think it's pointless for you to have a regular job or try to work and go to school. You may think it's pointless, but your life is about you. You like your parents may want the best for you, but only you can decide what, like, you can only decide what is the best for you, because your best for you may be better than your parents' best for you, if that makes sense. So keep working on yourself. If you're working a regular job and you don't know what you want to be, you don't know what you want to do, at least start from, like, start somewhere. Because you can't become successful just like that. So if you have no idea what you want or what you're doing, I recommend you get a regular job, get paid, give yourself some responsibility in order to put yourself in a state of mind for you to want something. Because, like, the more you do, the more you achieve, the more you will crave true greatness. I'm telling you, that's just how it is. So my advice to you, keep working and don't listen to nobody. Some people will try to break you. They will try to distract you. They will try to stop you. They will try to slow you down. They will do everything in their power to keep you down, because guess what? Sometimes people can see the potential in someone and they themselves can't see it. That's why they laugh at you, because they're trying to keep you down with them. So if you keep working, eventually the older you get, you'll realize that that's what they saw in you, but you didn't see it. Because some people, like, our eyes were made to look ahead. You know what I mean? So people were automatically designed to look ahead of them. But what truly matters is looking within yourself and see who you are and where you stand in life and the things that you can achieve. A lot of people do not notice that. You know what I mean? Because they're looking forward, they're looking ahead of them. So those ones that are always talking, the naysayers, oh, you're doing this, oh, you're not going to reach nowhere, those ones are looking at you. They didn't take 1 second to look at themselves. It was when it's already too late. That's when they look at themselves, because they spend all those time looking ahead, looking at you. And then while you were working, that's when they notice that they messed up and they lost all that time. So until you can say, have that ability to look within yourself instead of looking forward, then your life is going to change. If you keep looking forward and you can't look within yourself, you will remain in the same spot. That's life, and that's just how it is, because people were designed that way. So when you can sort of control yourself and control what you're doing, then things will flow according. Keep working on yourself, bro. Do not listen to no naysayers who's laughing at you. Do not worry about that. Keep working on yourself, because trust me, I've said it throughout the whole video, because that's the punchline of the video. Their life will crumble when they notice that they have failed. Trust me. Keep working. I don't care what it is. Keep working. Eventually, while you're working, you will figure out whatever it is that you want to pursue in life. You may not know it now, but the more you work, the more you'll figure it out. If you're going in the wrong direction, that's okay. You have to go in the wrong direction in order to find the correct direction. That's just how it is. Keep working. Keep working. And see what happens. I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.